Hey guys, back with another C# tutorial. So in this tutorial we'll be going over, I think it's returning a boolean method. So it's a method that returns a boolean. So I have this form set up. So I think this is like my 10th video today. So let me just see what exactly we have here. Okay, so I just, instead of making a bunch of videos with setting up the form, so I have this set up. We've slowly been talking about how to code this whole thing completely without using the drag and drop. So I've been doing that slowly. It would take too long to place all these into a layout, but we will generate the event handler, and don't worry, we'll get all that layout stuff. I'll do a tutorial on that. So we'll have everything here set up. So this is called gross pay text box. That's this one on the top right. And we have below that bonus text box, and below that we have contribution label. These labels don't have identifiers on the left, and then this button is called calculate button. Okay. So now we have, actually now we'll get into the code. I think this uses reference parameters, so we'll get practice with that. Okay, so what do we have here? We'll have a boolean method. Oh, my stupid thing isn't. Sorry. My notes are all messed up here. Okay, so the input is valid method. The stupid thing won't even change. Scroll down. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the input is valid method converts the user input and stores it in the arguments passed by reference. If the conversion is successful, the method returns true, otherwise it returns false. So let's start with this. So we'll go to the code. We'll get below the constructor. This is WindowsFormsApp1. So that reason being is because I deleted all the projects. There was like 50 projects just wasting space, so I deleted that. So hopefully it speeds it up too. So within the class, keyboard doesn't work as usual to start. Okay. So we'll have a method here. Input is valid. That takes a ref decimal pay in the parameters, of course. Ref decimal pay, and then it takes a ref decimal bonus. Okay, then here we'll have a flag variable, so bool input good points to false. Then here we'll have if decimal dot try parse. Then we'll reference gross pay text box, and we'll have a comma out pay. That returns true. Then we'll jump into the conditional if. We'll have another if. So if decimal.try parse passing in gross pay text box.text comma out pay, then below that then we'll have a nested if decimal.try parse. Then here we'll have a bonus text box. Bonus text box, comma, and then out bonus. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting some bad acid reflux from every time I have bread that's like not toasted. I get this like bad acid reflux for like hours. My bread has to be toasted properly. Sounds like an old guy thing. It actually might be. I don't know what it is. I just can't have soft bread anymore. It just the acid in my stomach just keeps moving around, especially when I make tutorials. It's really annoying. Okay, so if decimal dot try parse, remind me to toast my bread again. When I have my lunch, I always usually toast it. One of them's like it's like a roti. It's like a kind of bread that's like it's like a if you guys know what a burrito is, it's like a burrito, but it's not corn, it's just bread. It's almost like a crepe. It's exactly like a crepe. That's what it is. It's like a crepe, but there's no like sweet stuff in it. I just fill it with I make a burrito out of it. That's what I do, pretty much. It's like a flatbread kind of sandwich. Usually I have that every day because my mom showed me how to make those, so I just make those. It's easy to make bread. Like you can make bread out of it. So I just eat that for lunch. It's cheap. Anyways, so I don't toast that usually. I should toast it because it doesn't go in the toaster. I have to like put it in the oven, like a mini oven, and turn on the toaster. Anyways, I'll try to toast it so I don't have acid reflux. Anyways, so here we have we have an if here and a nested if. Then in the nested if we'll have input good points to true. Then we'll have here else. So else and then message box dot show. So the message box dot show here, and we'll just the bonus amount is invalid. That's for the first else clause. The second else clause will have another, pretty much the same thing. So let's have else, then message box dot show. Then we'll have gross pay is invalid. Gross pay, and then this one above one was gross amount. Bonus amount, and then gross pay. This one's bonus amount is invalid. This one's gross pay is invalid. Then below those, otherwise, and we'll have a return. Because remember, Boolean method has to return a Boolean, so here we'll return input good. And that satisfies the return type. I think that's all we have here. Oh no, we have another calculate button. Excuse me. So instead of double clicking that and generating it, I'll actually just create this quickly. So I'll go to the constructor, which isn't working. So we'll have calculate button dot click. We'll reference the click event plus equals new event handler. Then here we'll have, we'll pass in calculate button underscore click. Then so it's wondering what that is. So then here we'll just go below. That's the class, that's the method. So then here we'll have a private void calculate button underscore click, I think. Takes parameter object. Whoops. Sender, comma, event, args, e. That should satisfy that. Make it turn orange. Okay, so it works now. I kind of missed that purple theme, but the comments weren't that good. Okay, so then now in here, what are we doing? So we'll have some local variables here. So decimal gross pay points to 0m, and we'll have bonus points to 0m, and contributions points to 0m. Decimal gross pay points is 0m, comma, bonus points is 0m. Decimal gross pay points is 0m. The m is throwing me off, and then bonus points to 0m, comma, contributions points is 0m. So normally in coding languages, you don't have a decimal, don't have an m, so it's just special to C#. So it's kind of, these m's are throwing me off. When I'm looking at this across, it's like my body isn't used to it. It's like it has to double check to make sure it's correct. If it was just 0, and this maybe said double, it would make it much easier. But anyways, that's fine. So here we have if. We'll have an if statement if input is valid, which is a Boolean method. Remember, it's going to return a Boolean. So then this takes a ref. Well, it takes a ref gross pay and a ref bonus. Then here we'll say contributions. Did I spell that right? Nope. Contributions. So contributions points to gross so we'll have a gross pay here plus bonus times contrib rate. I feel like I'm missing that. I think I missed that somewhere. Let me go back up and check. Yep, I missed that. So that's up here. Public partial class Form1 inherits from form. Below that, above the constructor, we'll have so a private constant decimal contrib rate points to 0.05 m. Then we'll reference that down here. So contributions points to gross pay plus bonus times contrib rate. Then we'll have a contribution label dot text points to contributions dot toString, passing in a C for currency formatting string, and that should be all. So what exactly is happening here? Let me just run it and see what happens. Got two nice errors here. 25 and 27. There should be dot text, shouldn't it? Dot text, my bad. Okay, hopefully that works now. A total gross pay amount, let's just say some random number, bonus amount, some random number, calculate. There we go. So it just calculates some retirement contribution. What's the point of this? I really don't understand why we even need a ref keyword. Why do we need it? Can we try to figure out why we need it? I know you can do this exact same thing without the ref. That's what I usually do. I don't use ref. Gross pay. You can get by without it. Like, I don't understand why you really need it, but that's how you can use it if you want. That's gonna conclude the tutorial. I guess you guys didn't see how the app actually looks, so let me explain. So we're just gonna, this is the form here, so we just enter something for gross pay. we enter something for bonus amount, we click the calculate button and the retirement contribution comes up. So I think it takes like 5% from everything and then adds it. Well, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. So again, this demonstrates a Boolean method. This method has to return a Boolean. Return input is input good, which is set to false initially. If its input's good, then it changes it to true. So we call the Boolean method here. So if input is valid, which means if input is valid, returns true. So we could have said if this points to true, I believe. Yeah, so you can say that. So that's the exact same thing as saying is if. So this exact line, if input is valid, takes parameter ref gross pay, ref bonus is equal to true or points to true. That's the same thing as just calling if input is valid. Now if we wanted to say not here, like basically say if it's equal to false, to do that in the short form you just put a not here like that. But that's all it means. That's a trick you'll have to know with Boolean methods across pretty much all languages. But that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys liked the video, you can like and subscribe to support the channel for more programming and investing tutorials. So in the next video we'll be doing I think a string, a method that returns a string, like a lab. And then we'll be moving on to arrays. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.